G'day everybody, welcome back to Rowdy's Rants, episode 10. This will be my last episode for a little while. We get back into the world of teaching on Monday, and it's going to look very, very different. It's going to be online, and obviously kids are at home, they can't go to school. So I'm not quite sure how it's going to look yet, but I've got a few plans together, and I guess we'll see. For my last episode today, what I'd like to do is look at a few different albums that maybe people might not be aware of. I know some of my friends like them, but just maybe people haven't heard these albums yet or been exposed to them. So I just want to kind of do a bit of a promo for some of the bands I really like. So the first album we're going to have a look at is by a band called Unida, and the album's called Coping with the Urban Coyote. And this band, basically, if you guys like Caius and you've ever got into that band, the singer John Garcia, he, once Caius split up, he started doing some different projects. He's got a couple actually. He's got a band called Hermano, which is really cool too. But Unida, they put out a really cool album. I really dig this album. It's got it's different from Caius. It's a bit more of a kind of a straightforward kind of, I suppose, traditional rock sound. It's great though. It's a really, really cool sound, and John Garcia's vocals are just as awesome as they usually are. So yeah, you like Caius? Check that out. Fantastic album. The second album I want to have a look at is by a band called Lake Street Dive. I almost saw them live a couple of years ago. Me and my daughter Jada were going to go, and it was kind of around the time that me and her mum split up, so things were going on, but we kind of didn't make it to the concert. We even bought tickets too. Bit of a stink story. But yeah, Lake Street Dive. And this album is called Bears Self Portraits. I believe it's their second album. Really, really cool. Really cool. If you like listening to albums with, female singers and like a bit funky, kind of jazzy, this is for you. It's really, really cool. I don't know, check them out, Lake Street Dive on Spotify. Their first EP, I think, is called Fun Machine, and they do some really cool covers on it. They do a really, really cool cover of I Want You Back by Jackson 5, and there's a couple other really cool ones on there as well. I think they do Faith by George Michael. Great band, great band. I would love to see them live. I've heard they're really, really cool. Check them out. The third album is by a really cool band that I love called Graveyard. And when I was in a band called Daymare, the singer, vocalist, screamer, Sven, he introduced me to this band Graveyard, and our whole band quickly got into the album. Well, they got a couple of albums, but this is my favorite one of theirs. High Singing Blues. I think you might be able to see the cover of this. I've got it printed. Hang on. Boop, right there. Got a cool poster of that. Graveyard are awesome, man. They're from, I think they might be from Sweden. They're Scandinavian anyway. But they're kind of cool, the sort of stoner rock style. On that album, one of my favorite tracks ever, called Uncomfortably Numb. You guys know the song Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd. This is called Uncomfortably Numb. And it's a really cool song about, splitting up with a girl, which a lot of songs in the world are. But this is cool. It's like, if you have a listen to the song Uncomfortably Numb by Graveyard. And the lyrics really just kind of sum up, when you're like, man, we aren't doing each other any favors, we're kind of hanging in there for whatever reason, and we just shouldn't be together. But the lyrics are a killer. So yeah, check that out. Great song, great album. Graveyard, great band. The next album is by a band called Greenleaf. Greenleaf are cool. I kind of found them by mistake, actually. I was looking for another band, and I came across them and sort of checked them out. I was like, yo, these guys are cool. This album's called Trails and Passes. Really, really cool album. They're kind of stoner rock as well. They started out kind of stoner rock, but I don't know how to describe them really. They're really kind of cool, different alternative rock styles. And I suppose if you like Caius and you like Queens of the Stone Age, this album might be for you. It's really cool, really, really cool album. Check it out. Next album is called In Search Of, and it's by Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu are fantastic, man. They I know that the drummer from Caius was part of Fu Manchu for a while. Fu Manchu's had a lot of different lineups, but the vocalist has always stayed the same. But they're cool. They're, I guess, kind of stoner rock. I remember someone once said like they're the Aerosmith of the stoner rock world, and they really rip their albums, man. They got a really cool, fun sound. It's kind of one of those ones you want to put on if you're driving, or maybe it's having the bros around and play pool or something. It's a classic album. Chuck that on and just rock out to it. Fantastic band. Fu Manchu got a lot of albums, and that's my favorite one of theirs. But check them all out. Another really good one by them is California, called California Crossing, I think. And yeah, great band, great band. The next band, one of my all-time favorites, is Down. And this album is called NOLA, which is New Orleans, Louisiana, and they are from New Orleans. If you've never heard Down before, if you like Pantera and you like Corrosion of Conformity and you like Crowbar, you'll like these guys because it's a blend of those bands. And I think one of the guys from I Hate God, Phil Anselmo, the vocalist from Pantera, he does vocals on and Down, and Pepper from Corrosion of Conformity, he jumps on guitar. Man, that's a killer album. It's very different to Pantera, not extremely different. I mean, it's still kind of metal, but it's a different kind. It's a bit more southern feel, and yeah, I really dig Down a lot. Some people say, do you like them more than Pantera? I don't know. I think I like them on par with Pantera. It's just a really, really cool grimy sound, and Phil Anselmo, I don't know, man. He's done some really cool side projects, but this is my favorite of his. Yeah, check out Down. They got quite a few albums. They've got some cool EPs as well. Fantastic band. The next band is one of my all-time favorite bands ever. I don't know many people who like them. I've introduced the band to a lot of people, and they kind of dig them now. But this album was introduced to me by a girl called Anna Monk, who is now Anna Hancock. Goes out. She's married, to a good friend of mine, Tristan. This is an album by a band called Concrete Blonde, and the album is called Bloodletting. Concrete Blonde are one of those bands that kind of started out in LA in the late 80s, actually probably early 80s actually, and they didn't really get a lot of commercial success, but if you've ever heard Concrete Blonde, man, they're killer. Like the female bass player vocalist, Jeanette Napolitano, I think she's probably my favorite vocalist of all time. Definitely my favorite female vocalist. She just, man, she's got some punch. And this album is awesome. It's kind of New Orleans type styles. Like lots of kind of reference to vampires, and it's got a great song on there called Joey, which was a single that they actually did quite well with. And if you've heard Joey, if you haven't heard Joey, check that out. Maybe that's the first song you check out of Concrete Blonde. Really, really cool track. Great album. Excellent album. Great band. The next band is that's probably my third favorite band in the world. I'd say Tool's my favorite band. No Effects is my second favorite band. And this band, Clutch, is my third favorite band. Clutch are amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I got into them a little bit late in the game. I didn't get into them until about 2003. And only because, I saw them with another band. But Clutch, if you've never heard Clutch, man, I reckon everybody in the world would like Clutch, at least one album. And this album here, Blast Tyrant, excellent album. If you love, just wicked fast-paced rock, or just kind of really cool, put in your car or hang out with your mates kind of rock, Clutch are fantastic. Yeah, check them out. My friend David Barry is always talking about the time he saw Clutch and Down, and I didn't get to go. But yeah, rock Clutch. I swear by them. They're epic album. They never disappoint. Check that out. Next band I found out by accident. It's a band called Asteroid. Kind of real, kind of stoner rock kind of stuff. And yeah, their third album is killer. Their third album is just called 3. If you haven't checked them out, I really rate them. Really rate them. Their first album is awesome too. All their albums are great. The first album is just called what? Asteroid, I think. Second album is called 2, I'm pretty sure. and then the third album is called 3. But Asteroid got a very, very cool sound. They're very kind of flip between being doomy, and then they kind of get a bit, I don't know, how would you describe it? I don't know. Check them out for yourself. Asteroid, great band. And the last album I want to look at is a band that I really, really can't wait to see live, called All Them Witches. And this album is called Our Mother Electricity. I really like this band. Really, really like them. Again, I found them by mistake and came across them somehow, maybe on iTunes or something like that. But ever since I first heard them, I just fallen in love with the band. They're the only really new band that I really, really like. You know, yeah, the only new music that I like, apart from Anderson .Paak would be the latest. He's even not even that new anymore. But Anderson .Paak would be the only kind of really new artist that I think is any good. But yeah, check out All Them Witches. Fantastic band, fantastic album. So there's a couple of bands you might not have heard before. I'm hoping to continue this series and look at some more famous albums or classic albums in the future. Haven't done any Faith No More yet. Haven't done any Sepultura. Haven't done any Pantera. Haven't done any Alice in Chains. Haven't looked at Outkast. Haven't even really looked at hip hop. I definitely want to do some Public Enemy. Man, there's just so much good music out there in the world, and yeah, if you're like me, music is that one thing that really just gets you through your day sometimes. Sometimes it picks you up, sometimes it takes you to a place you need to be. Gotta love music, it's the international language, you know. Ooh, behind me too, Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger. Gotta do that album, far out. If you've never heard an album in 5.1 before, if you've got a Blu-ray player and you've got a decent surround sound setup, man, get yourself a copy of either, I don't know, there's some great bands out there that do 5.1 now. And if you've never heard a band or an album in 5.1 surround sound, wow, it's a totally new experience. I've got Bad Motorfinger and Temple of the Dog, Soundgarden, Super Unknown on 5.1, and it's killer. It's the way it probably sounded when they were sort of recording things and listening back to it in the studio. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed my series. Thanks for those people who commented and sort of gave me some feedback and said, "Hey man, can you check this out?" I really enjoyed doing it. It's good fun. Good way to get through the lockdown. Yeah, I don't know what else to say apart from stay safe and listen to music, crank your favorite albums, and yeah, keep the comments coming. If there's an album that you really want me to do, let me know. I'll try and do it. Otherwise, stay safe. Peace.